Hey, hola, ¿cómo estás? Bonjour, ça va? My friend Natalia in Vancouver, привет, как дела? Welcome to the channel. And on today's episode, we're going to be making super easy, over-the-top chili. Now, I'm in Wisconsin. It's about 0 Fahrenheit outside, so it's a little chilly. So, no pun intended, we're going to make some chili. It's going to turn out just like this. Super yummy, delicious, amazing. And for all you Blaz'n Grillworks fans out there, we're going to go fire up the Blaz'n Grillworks Grand Slam Grill. I haven't been giving that thing a lot of love lately, so let's go do that. Plus, we're going to throw the Rollbox by Smoke Chasers on there for much more smoke flavor. That's kind of a neat tool too. So you'll get to see me make chili, use the Rollbox on the Grand Slam Grill. Alright, so let's roll that intro. Okay, so I'm going to take all of these ingredients you see out here, some peppers, these cans of ingredients, beef stock, these jalapenos, and combine them all in this 6-quart Dutch oven. Now, you're probably wondering, why you have everything in your Dutch oven already? Well, you know, the lost Canuck forgot to turn his microphone on, so I'll guide you through how I made this pot here, the simmer pot I like to call it. I'll have to do some overdubbing, and then I'll see you guys down at the pit. So at the end of this, I'm going to go down, fire up the Rollbox, fire up the pit, throw this on. What you do is you make a big meatball, which is what we're going to make here next. Throw your meatball on here, and set this on top, and the goodness, the drippings go into your chili, and then it gets smoked around it. So let's do that. Okay. All right, so what we have here is a 6-quart Dutch oven. You're going to want to use a larger Dutch oven. And you want to take your screen and put it over the top, and that's where the meatball is going to go that we're going to make here in a minute. All right, so what I'm saying, if I can do it, you can do it. It's really simple to make this stuff. All right, so what we're going to do here is have 3 bell peppers. You can use whatever color you like. And you want to de-seed them and dice them into small dices. So, and then we're going to do the same with the onions. We're going to dice up the onions. All right, so the bell peppers are chopped and placed into the Dutch oven. And now I'm going to start the onions. Okay, so now we're at the onion stage. We're going to dice 2 Vidalia onions into the chili. So what you do is you quarter them up with your knife, and then we're going to use our little slap chop device and dice them up further into a nice fine dice. Okay, well what you do is put your onion parts into the top of the guillotine and then just smash it down, and you can see it just dices up the onions super fast. I love this thing. Saves you a lot of time. Okay, now you just want to dump your onions into your Dutch oven and scrape out everything, because we've done our 2 onions now. And just mix up your peppers and your onions. Okay, so you want to take 1 can of tomato sauce and dump it in your Dutch oven. Now, it can be any brand. Then you want to take diced tomatoes and also add it into your Dutch oven. Okay, so you put sauce and diced tomatoes in. And finally, I've got a can of Rotel, just regular Rotel, and you add that too. That's just diced tomatoes and chilies. If you can't find Rotel, dump in more tomatoes. Okay, so now here's the controversial subject. I'm adding beans to my chili because, well, I live in Wisconsin and we like beans. So those are kidney beans, and those ones are actually called chili ready because they have a little bit of spicy sauce, but you don't have to add beans if you don't want to. Okay, so I have some minced garlic here, and I'm going to put a 1/4 cup of minced garlic in. I like garlic. I think it adds a little zip to your chili. Okay, now in my chili, I sure like a little extra flavor, so I'm adding these Billy Buck's Smokehouse jalapenos. Now, when I was down at Hub Barbecue in Nebraska this summer, I picked up a bunch of Nebraska's things and picked up these jalapenos. They're really tasty, so if you're ever around Helping You Barbecue in Omaha, that's the place to get them. Okay, so here in Wisconsin, we have a famous local brewery, New Glarus Brewery. This is Spotted Cow beer. You can only get New Glarus in Wisconsin. I really like the stuff. It's a Weiss beer, and we're going to add half of a can of beer to the chili, and the other half goes to the cook. Okay, so I'm going to add a half of a box of beef stock to the chili. Be careful not to add too much or you'll get a lot of liquid going on, but half a box is plenty. Okay, now it's time to add our chili seasoning. Now I got this from Meat Church. It's really good stuff. It's nice and tasty, not too crazy spicy. For 2 pounds of meat that we're going to add, it calls for 8 teaspoons. So I'm going to count out 8 teaspoons. 8 teaspoons. Okay, now that everything's in the Dutch oven, blend everything together with a spatula. All right, well, here's a top view of what your mixture should look like with all your chili powder and everything added. So what we're going to do now that my microphone's turned on, is we're going to make the meatball. So we're going to use 2 pounds of meat. And if you haven't already seen where I grind my own brisket using my big grinder, check out my video here. It's easy to make your own ground beef. I did it. You can do it. Lost Canuck can do it. Anybody can do it. All right, so plus, another plug for me. If you haven't seen me use my vac pack machine for my new one that I got from Meat Your Maker, there's a couple videos of me up here using it. So check out those too. It's great for marinades, saving trim, etc. So anyways, we're going to make meatballs, or a meatball. So what you do, take out your ground beef. So if you're wondering what 2 pounds of homemade ground brisket looks like, that's what it looks like. Now, like I say, the edges got a little gray because I had to microwave it to make it work. Can't put frozen meat in your chili. Okay, so now that we're on our cutting board, we're going to use some Tailgater's Barbecue Party Rub. This is by Suckle Busters. This gives your meatball some nice flavor. I'm just going to sprinkle some of this on here. So it's nice and sticky. Now, we're not really making a ball. You probably want to flatten it out a bit, as long as you can grab it. Sort of like that. Now remember, the less ball and more kind of loaf shape you have, the more smoke can stick to the surface. I think maybe my grid there has too big of holes in it, so I'm going to use a baking cooling sheet. No, I'm just going to grab that, so hang on. Okay, so the baking sheet has a little finer mesh, so this stuff won't fall through the cracks. It fits on here. What I should do is get a spatula, see if this helps. I do. Okay. Here's our meat. Up on the top. And that's exactly how we're going to cook it. Okay? So I'm going to go get the pit fired up and then bring this down and we're going to cook it just like this. See you down there. Hey, well, we're down at the little Blaz'n Grand Slam grill. I'm going to light the Rollbox up here. So we got it set at? I got it set at 250. We're smoking away. And we're going to light the Rollbox. You can see I got it already packed up. So I put some post oak chunks on this side. There's my briquettes. I'm using 2 char logs, which fit in there, no problem. So I'm going to light the briquettes up first on the ground, and then close the lid, put another piece in there, throw it in the belly of this, and then we'll get our chili on. So let's just do it on the ground here. Melt some of the snow. And all I was doing was getting the briquettes ashed over a little bit, getting some smoke off of it already. Alright, so we got our Magna Chef gloves so that they handle the heat. And we're just going to close this up. You can see the smoke coming out of here already. Now, look, at 250, my little pellet grill, not much smoke. This thing really makes up for it. And you know this fits in there very nicely. So I like to just put it down in the corner here. Slide it over. There we go. Get the deflector plate. Get the grates. We're good to go. Okay. Safety third. Okay, so we got our deflector plate in. Just got to get the grates. Okay, so our pit's dropped in temp, but we got the charcoal and wood lit. You can see a little more smoke coming out of here. So now it's time to go get the meatball, throw it on here, and let her roll. See you in a second. All right, well, I got the meatball, got the screen on, got my little chili pot there. We're just going to monitor the internal temperatures. Now, this part's really important, okay? We're going to let the core get up to 140 degrees Fahrenheit, okay? We're going to pull it off, crumble it into our simmer, cover the lid, put it back on for another hour. So this part of the cook process should take 2 to 3 hours, 3 probably, and then an extra hour in the pot, just bringing everything up to about 180, 190 degrees, okay? So let's make sure we've met food, or up to 140. Okay. Just get that on there. Like that. That's it. That's over the top chili. You don't have to look at this again for a few hours. And all I had in here for pellets is like a mix. A dog's breakfast, really. I got hickory. I got some cherry, whatever, all the stuff that was left over from before. I just mixed it in, and away it goes. All right. So I'll see you when it's time to pull the chili off. We're going to crumble it inside. throw it back onto the lid. See you then. All right, well, we're about an hour into the cook, sitting at 250, and this little roll box is pumping smoke out like you wouldn't believe. Now, you can see my temp set at 250, and it is snowing a little bit, so it's melting off, but I can really smell the charcoal and the post oak chunks that I put in there. And it is cold out here, let me tell you. Let's take a look inside. Oh yeah, look at the smoke coming out of there. Alright, my meatball's looking good. Okay, well, we'll check back in another hour. Smells awesome. Well, we're back at the pit. Believe it or not, my little roll box is still smoking, and I can smell the charcoal. That thing, it's been 2 hours on the pit. We've gotten to right around 145. Starting to snow again. Cold. It's about 5 degrees out here now. And look at the smoke pouring out of here. Normally at 250, this thing really doesn't produce a whole lot of smoke, but that roll box is doing a great job. So now it's time to crumble the chili into the pot, and then we're going to crank up the temperature. So let's bring it inside and crumble it. Oh, look at the color on this thing. Looks great. Got a lot of smoke on there. All right, let's bring this inside. All right, well, we're inside, and I'm just going to do a quick temp check. And, well, it's 145, 144 there, 143. So we took it just up over 140. It's not fully cooked yet. We're going to take this, crumble it into the simmer pot, and then go throw it back on let it simmer, boil off for another hour and a little over an hour maybe, we'll see. And then what we'll do is we'll do a quick temp check of the broth. See, this is a lot hotter. It's already 166. So we're going to boil off some more of the liquid, put this in, simple and easy. I'll just take our probe out because we don't need that anymore. We're going to just take our meat. Ooh, let's see, let's check out the smoke. Look at the smoke on the ring on there. Oops. Yeah. You can see the smoke ring on there. It smells good. There we go. So we got our meatball. So now we've got our meatball in the chili. I'm just going to stir some of the meat in. Oh, there's a big chunk that we'll have to break up. Okay, so now we're going to go and let this boil off for an hour and a half. Should reduce. A lot of the liquid will come out of here and it'll soak into the... Alright, it's really cold outside. It's really windy. Nasty. I got to go out there, throw this back on the pit. I'm going to turn it up to 350 and let it boil off for an hour. We'll see when it's time to give her a taste test. Alright, well, we're upstairs here in the barbecue lab. I let the chili simmer in the smoker for another hour and a half because I was watching the playoff game, the Chicago Bears LA game, still on. And well, so the internal, so we know it's food safe because it's about 205 degrees, okay? And so what we're going to do is ladle out some of this chili and give her a taste test. Now, just a quick recap, okay? So after we got the meatball on, we smoked that for 2 hours till the internal temperature was right around 140, 145. You saw me probe that. And then we crumbled it in, put it back on the smoker, let it smoke for another hour and a half. I turned it up to 350 to really reduce it a bit, boil off some of the liquid. You can see some of the liquid did boil off quite a bit actually. So now we're at the chili tasting stage. All right. So just a couple of comments. If you like spicier chili, put more spice in. If you don't like beans in your chili, don't use beans. Use more onions, whatever. All right, we'll take a little scoop of this stuff and we'll try it in one of these chili bowls here. I like cheese on mine. It smells very smoky. Like you can really smell the smoke. Now, I don't know if you guys can see this, but there's my chili. Okay, and let's get a little cheese on it. I like this Chihuahua cheese. It's a Hispanic cheese that melts very nicely. Put a little dollop of that on top. I don't know if you can see that. I don't want to burn myself on the pot. Okay, so I like a little cheese, and we're going to do, like the commercial says, do a dollop of Daisy, right? Okay, all done. Okay, so we're going to, moment of truth. Now, one thing I do like about chili is, when you pull it off and you taste it, it'll be, a little more liquid as soon as you pull it off. After you put it in the fridge and leave it overnight, and you eat it the next day, it tastes even better. I don't know why, if it's ever the liquid recombining with the meat and everything else, but my opinion, I like chili the next day even better. But this smells great. I'm gonna mix my cheese and I see there's some jalapeno I got. There you go. So I mixed mine up. So there's my chili. See, I got some jalapenos in there. I'm gonna take one of those and probably burn my face off here, but here we go. Smells good. Oh yeah. Wow, not too hot. I think my family will like it. Not too spicy. Got some cheese on me here. But not bland by any means. Wow, I can really taste that smoke. That little Rollbox we used on my pellet smoker, that thing's awesome. It turns anything into a smoke machine. So if you ever think about adding more smoke or pellets, skip the pellet tube, see if the Rollbox will fit in your unit, whatever you may have, and try it out. All right, I'm going to take one more quick taste. Actually, I'm gonna let the videographer take a scoop. You want to take a scoop? No? Okay, never mind. I'll take one more scoop. It's just got that nice, mild, smoky flavor to it. I don't know how else to describe it, but if you've never made over-the-top chili, it's simple. I did it in what? A little over 4.5 hours. Okay? Easy. Simple. And now we got chili for the rest of the week. Maybe I'll do some chili dogs. Who knows? I like chili dogs too. Who doesn't like chili dogs? Well, maybe some people don't. All right. So we're going to do our final thoughts and conclusions here in a minute. But first, the family's going to eat the chili, and then we'll do our final thoughts. And so I'll see you in a second. Hey, well, we're out in the barbecue barn for the final thoughts and conclusions. Now, it's cold out there. It's like 28 below with the wind chill right now. It's probably below zero temperature. So I'm staying in here. I'm not going to do it out there. So final thoughts and conclusions. Number one, that Rollbox, love that thing, especially using my Grand Slam pellet grill. Adds so much smoke at higher temperatures. Typically at 250, very little smoke coming out of the stack. You have to go down into the 200s to get lots of smoke, so that Rollbox did its job. The little pellet grill always works great. No complaints with the Blaz'n. The chili. Okay, so we ate the chili for supper last night. It was so good. And it's so easy to make. Anybody can do it. So if you like chili, if you got a smoker, try this out. It's a great method. Doesn't matter if you got a pellet grill or an offset or a drum or a little charcoal grill, whatever you Kamado, whatever you got. So whatever you got, Kamado, charcoal, whatever pellet, offset, stick burner, hibachi. Wait, just try it out. Okay, so if you haven't already done so, check me out on Instagram. I got about 800 followers now. Follow me over here on Instagram. I do post some different content from time to time. Check it out. It's a fun little page I got. And for all my returning subscribers, all you subs out there, thanks for coming back. You are the core. Appreciate it. More content always coming. I'm working lots more now, so you might only get one video a week, and I'm trying to punch that out as much as I can. And then for all you new people that came to watch the video, hey, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and notify me button. And again, and everybody that's still here right now, don't forget to hit that like button. That really signals YouTube on who this video should go out to. Hopefully people that are interested in barbecuing. So hit that like, and if you're early enough on the video, hit that hype button. That really supercharges the channel. All right, and finally, check out the Lost Canuck affiliate store below if you liked anything that I used in the video. There's lots of links down there, and would help out the channel greatly. And then, hey, like I always say, if you're lost, we're lost together. You could be lost with the Lost Canuck. All right, so don't forget, it's getting tough out there. It's a tough world. There's all kinds of craziness going on. So be kind. Be kind in social media. Be kind to your neighbors. Be kind to everybody. You never know what people are going through. Mental health is a serious issue nowadays. Just be kind. I see all kinds of crazy posts and things out there all the time. Just be kind. It will help the world eventually. All right. Take care. Love you guys. Bye-bye.